The FM Redhawks in action once again out in Chicago tonight. Another key game in this series between the top two teams in the American Association's North Division. The Redhawks only 2.5 games behind the Dogs for the division lead. We just have over a week left in the regular season. The Dogs opening up the scoring here in the bottom of the first inning. Danny Mars with some mistreatment of the baseball here. Crushes this one down the baseline. It stays fair, and former Redhawk Brennan Metzger races home. The Dogs out to a 1-0 lead in the first inning. They're going to keep this hot start going in that same frame. Joey Turtislavich chips this one perfectly into the outfield, finding a gap for the double and bringing Mars back home to give the Chicago Dogs a 2-0 advantage. Now, both teams were scoreless in the second frame, but the bats do come back alive in the third. The bad news there, it's a Chicago bat. TJ Bennett unloads on this one, and it's going, and gone. The 3-run homer, putting the Dogs ahead 5-0. The Chicago Dogs with a win worth relishing tonight. Chicago locking in a playoff berth with a 5-0 win over the FM Redhawks. This will be the first playoff appearance in team history for the Dogs. For the Redhawks, this was their first time being held scoreless since July 29th against the Lincoln Salt Dogs. They look to rebound tomorrow for the series finale between these two teams. The North Dakota State volleyball team finishing up their stay in the Green Bay Invitational. The Bison falling in their tournament finale to Ball State. The Cardinals winning this one in a clean sweep. Each set was a battle, though, with both teams scoring at least 20 points in the first two. Allie Hinsey and Syra Tanchin led the offensive efforts for the Bison with 7 kills each. Reagan Riley distributed a team-high 21 assists to lead the team in that category. The Bison finished their trip to Green Bay, Wisconsin with a 1-2 record, their lone win coming against the host school. They now prepare for another tournament next weekend against Chicago State. Two of our local volleyball teams starting their seasons in a crossover tournament out in Bismarck. The West Fargo Packers played in 4 games today and won 3 of them. They even swept 2 opponents, shutting out Watford City and St. Mary's. They also beat Minot 2-1. Their lone loss in tournament play came in the hands of Bismarck Century, bringing their weekend record to 5-2. The Fargo North Spartans were dominant in their crossover campaign. They finished with an overall record of 5-1. Now, these are just the scores from today. You can see that 2-1 loss to Dickinson, their first and only loss of the tournament. They went on to sweep Mandan and Williston for the win. Both the Spartans and Packers begin their regular season schedules next weekend.